Welcome to Daily Cigar, I'm Lisardo, and whether you are a seasoned cigar smoker or new to the cigar world, understanding the body, strength and flavors of a cigar can help you select and enjoy the perfect smoke. So in this video I am going to break down everything you need to know about these three important factors. You might have heard people talk about the body of the cigar, but what does that mean? Is it the actual body of the cigar like I used to think, the body of the cigar? Well, no. When they talk about the body of the cigar, what we're trying to refer to is the overall richness and strength of the flavor of the cigar. You know, when you're watching a review or you're smoking with somebody, or even yourself when you're having a cigar and you take a puff and there is a note of coffee, for example. Well, if the note that you picked up is a faint note, then that is a light body cigar. If you picked up a very strong coffee note that it kind of, took you back to taking a sip of coffee, then that's a full body cigar. This is just an example. I mean, there are many notes and you can pick up, maybe you have a faint note of coffee but a very strong note of chocolate, then it varies. And it will also vary on the cigar depending on there are many factors that will affect it. So depending on the blend, depending on the aging process, how long the cigar has been aged, even the wrapper can affect the body of the cigar. A mild body cigar has a very light but very subtle flavor profile, and then a strong body cigar has a stronger and more robust flavor. And some examples of this for a light body cigar could be the Hoyo de Monterrey Epicure No. 2, which is a Cuban cigar and is a very good beginner cigar, and the Arturo Fuentes Opus X, which is a very full body cigar. These are two examples of some of these cigars that you can find with the end of each spectrum. But you also have medium body cigars. The strength of the cigar is something that a lot of people get confused with body. But as we heard earlier, body is the intensity of the flavors of the cigar. Whether strength is the intensity of the nicotine, how strong the cigar is as in nicotine level. Because you can have a full body cigar that is medium strength or even light strength, mild, and you can have a full strength cigar that is mild on those notes, on those flavors, on those notes that you pick up. And some examples of this are for a strong cigar could be the Cohiba Vejique, the Olivia CRB, and for the mild cigar you can have something like the Macanudo Café or the Ashton Classic. Before I continue with the next 2 points that I have for you in this video, I want to invite you to subscribe. And if you've enjoyed the video so far, make sure you give it a thumbs up so that YouTube recommends it to more cigar lovers like ourselves. But that's it, let's get back to the video. Flavors. Flavors is something that confuses a lot of people as well, especially when we're talking about flavor and body. Because sometimes, for example, when I do a review, I could say this cigar is a medium body cigar, but it has a strong flavor profile. Now people say, what do you mean? What do you mean if body is flavor? But remember, body is the intensity of that flavor. And a strong flavor profile means that the cigar has a lot of flavors. Sometimes you can smoke a cigar that you can pick up notes of coffee, chocolate, and then it develops and you have some nutty notes, some sweetness, some honey, some tobacco, some floral notes, some oiliness. All of these build the flavor profile. It's a profile of flavors. So you could have a light, a medium, or a full flavor profile. Just to recap, body is the intensity of the flavor. Strength is the intensity of the nicotine. And flavors is the flavor profile. Again, this can all be influenced by the aging process, the type of tobacco used, the wrapper they used. It all comes down to what the master blender wanted to create. And some example of very interesting cigars with a lot of flavor could include the Drew Estate and the Crown and Davidoff Nicaragua. Now that you know what the body, the strength and the flavors of a cigar mean, how do you select a cigar when you're going to make a purchase? It is important to consider that your flavors, your personal preferences are important when it comes to this. Because something that I find full body, you might find that is mild, you might find that is maybe light, or something that I find light, you might find that is medium or full body, especially with strength. You know, I smoke cigars, but I never smoked before smoking cigars, so my nicotine tolerance might not be as great as somebody who smokes cigarettes. If you are coming or you smoke cigarettes, then you might have a higher tolerance to the strength of a cigar. So the best thing that I can say to you, and that I always say, and that most people who understand cigars will say, is try. Just go out there, try different blends, try different regions, try different wrappers, try different strength, different bodies, and try cigars with a lot of flavor and not many flavors, because some people don't enjoy having, you know, the cigar developing or changing flavors every time you take a puff on your cigar. And finally, storing your cigar properly in a humidor could help you maintain the quality and the flavor profile over time. So I'm going to leave you a video that's going to speak about that point exactly over here. I hope you enjoyed, and in the meantime, don't forget to smoke less but smoke the best. See you soon.